Hey, what's up? In this lesson we'll be learning to add color to our costume. This time we want to be using flat colors, as I've done so far in previous courses. So, first create a new layer and bring it down the drawings layer. We're going to employ this new layer to add the basic colors of our illustration. First of all, we are going to add a color base to define the silhouette as a sort of visual guide. In my case, I selected a yellowish or bone color tone that strongly contrasts with the grey background, making the character stand out. So the character will be visible. From here on, we are going to select deeper colors from the color range we chose. I'm going to choose the color scheme of the second woman, which contains reddish and pink tones as well as ochre and gold. Because I really like these tones and I think they will look great on the character. So, use different colors to separate the drawings part. The feathers, mask, hat details, etc. This way, we'll determine which color each section will be to work on them later on. The best part is that we can color the drawing freely without using different layers for each section. Let's color this part in a layer under the outline. After, we are going to create new layers to add volume and depth to the colors. When you're done adding basic colors, we're going to use the eyedropper to copy colors that we've already used, or colors of the reference images, in order to create a wider color scheme. Don't worry if colors are repeated, as we want to harmonize the result. In order to get a balanced composition, make sure you include light and dark colors both at the top and at the bottom of the drawing. I think it's a good way to compensate the image. Once you finish off adding the basic colors, create a new layer and bring it forward the outlines layer. Now use the color base as a guide to add details to the color. Okay guys, let me show you what happens when coloring on the outline. What we are doing is covering the colors and adding volume to the drawing. The technique I use to add volume is to create a new layer where I'll add the shadows. So, do the same and set this layer in multiply mode. Okay? Then, select a reddish or maroon tone with purple undertones. As you can see, by using a blurred brush to create the shadows, we can add volume to the drawing. The brush we used before was opaque, remember? Well, this time we're going to work with a smoother brush to add the basic shadows. After that, increase the layer's opacity or keep their current values if you prefer. And where to add the shadows? Well, in this case, we'll add shadows in areas with reddish tones or taking into account the light source. In my case, the light source originates from the right top of the drawing, so the shadows should be drawn on the left. All these aspects are crucial, and we need to pay attention to them when drawing lighting effects. Once you finish with the shadows, let's create a new layer, and there we are going to use colors to define the shadow and lighting effects. Also, use the eraser tool to remove those areas exceeding the outline in order to define the outline of the character. By employing colors to add shadows and lights volumes, What we are actually doing is removing the sketch outline and defining each part of the drawing. If you want, you can get inspiration from other artists' concepts or look for real references with lighting effects that you're interested in order to practice with shadows and lights. Remember that there are some elements of the costume projecting shadows, so pay attention to all of the sections and accessories. You may spend a lot of time in this step depending on the result you want to get. Great, so once you finish the color, the next step will be to nicely present our costume design to attract the public's attention. So, see you in the next lesson. Bye!